Hello, Blythe here, as my girlfriend Ayla says, here to show off, but officially, in official capacity, the creator of a Blythe Coach, where I help multi-passionate creatives dance through their difficulties, while naturally also dancing through my own. Whatever comes, we are dancing and creating through it. And part of that creative and artistic practice includes for me currently a version of bullet journaling and memory keeping, planning, all of that takes place in these notebooks. So I've been recording that also as yet another way to process and to distill my thoughts and themes. And I'm doing monthly summaries and 6-month check-in reviews, that type of thing, and really being very mindful about how the year passes, what I'm doing with time, and my creative energy. So this is the annual book that is housed here in my leather case by Manufactica. I believe I bought that on Etsy a couple years ago. And I'm transitioning from using in this annual book and previous seasonal books a Moleskine dot grid notebook because I've picked up this hobby of fountain pens and inks, to a Rhodiorama Clairefontaine notebook. So this being the current seasonal book, I'm going to leaf through November. The month is not yet over at the time of filming. However, I want to start reflecting on the month so I can, as I transition this week into American Thanksgiving and into December, that I can also be planning like I need to be for January and for the year ahead in terms of my creative projects, in terms of time and energy and my priorities. So yeah, we're getting started on that reflection process with the month so far behind me. November, it was the month of the beaver moon, and it was a month of quite a bit of teaching, but a really regular schedule, no major German holidays, so just really consistent. In the midst of feelings, reactions, emotions to the election in the US, relief over a successful surgery in the family, and lots of birthday celebrations is one of the hallmarks of November here in Cologne. Friends and family alike, there are a lot of important dates. At the same time, some of my priorities included preparing for a exam coming up, a ballet exam at one of the studios where I teach. That will be in December, but we have been preparing. Writing true stories, memoir stories as part of a writing challenge such as NaNoWriMo. I haven't committed to that sort of full challenge this year, but I like to think of November as a time to revisit my writing goals and move forward with them, plan to move forward with them, take small steps. In terms of enjoying the season and baking, I wanted to bake ginger snaps. I haven't done that yet. Maybe it'll happen this week. I also am preparing for my girlfriend's birthday coming up. And as I mentioned, some personal goals and events, including the election. And I had fun with these origami papers and sort of fall colors, but also with some of the colors that ended up all being sort of partially coincidentally themes in my inks and writing. And some of the other ephemera that came my way, including, in terms of clothes, one of the first things that happened in the month that was a highlight was going to the Museumsnacht. So the museum night, we hit up as many museums as we could, starting with this gallery exhibit at Ebertplatz that has to do with themes of immigration. So interesting. This exhibition at the Academie der Kunstwelt, so the Academy of World Art, and an feminism exhibit. Haven't distilled down all the highlights of the month. As I mentioned, that's part of this process, is actually a reflective process where we page through together. My future self can also peruse. Some highlights in reading. I'm working on Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier, and I finished Summer Romance by Annabelle Monaghan. I recommend that one. It is one of those books that it's, I guess, a rom-com. It is humorous, but it has all the emotions. I also wept. I thought it was beautiful and funny, and definitely recommend. If you're into that sort of thing, I want to distill down some of my favorite tracks of the month, but most of them are on my Harvest and Thanksgiving songs playlist, and I use that for dancing. We saw the How It Ends film from 2021, and I found that also both sort of, it's a dystopian story, but also very somehow uplifting. And the series Only Murders in the Building, we're actually at this point in real time one episode away from having completed watching the 4th season, and I just love that. In fall, it's silly, it's light, it doesn't haunt my dreams. The election happened in my weekly reflections, as well as teaching, having some symptoms like headaches, and focusing in what's even more committing to what's important to me, playing with inks, processing, receiving on the following week some snail mail pen pal fun from a dear friend of mine. Responded to a letter I sent out not that long ago, really speedy. I don't know if I can respond quite so quickly myself, but I will get back, and I've got some stickers ready for that. Some wonderful birthdays and the Beaver Moon. Planned some preventive care medical appointments, so that is actually a big adulting win. We tend to, I notice, procrastinate on those sorts of things, but they are very important to making sure we're taking proactive care of physical health so that we can continue to do all the other mental health and well-being and creativity and doing what we are here to do. I love the Beaver full moon, the name of that full moon, and sort of the meaning during harvest season. We did some feasting and some partying again for other birthdays. I had a fun fire and ice ink theme and pen theme, which I've got going on over here as well, because this month was also, coincidentally, like I said, a month of changing weather. This week particularly, there was sunshine, rain, wind, snow, sunshine again, cold, not so cold. And that's what this sort of late fall season is like here in Cologne. And especially this year, we got the earliest snow that I've seen so far since moving here in 5 years. So that was really exciting and beautiful, not cold enough to stick, which is also fine. If it warms up again a little bit, that's great by me. This week is not yet complete, and then we'll be moving into December, which I'm so excited about too. I've got Dance Daily December in the planning phases. I'm just about ready to do that, and I would love for you to join me if you're able and interested, and a lot of other just beautiful winter traditions. And like I said, my new hobby of fountain pens. If you've got no interest, then that's fine. But if you want to nerd out with me, that's fun too. I've got some turquoise going on, some dark purple, and a new pen. And I posted a video just recently about this as well, finally managed to successfully fill this lovely little pen too. But those are side quests. Main quest here is lots of teaching and coaching and creating and publishing, and also witnessing, enjoying art and other people's creations, and doing what I can to be in the world in a way that creates what it is that I want to create, to be grateful, abundant, satisfied, content, thankful, while at the same time grieving what doesn't go our way and what we might lose, and working to support the things that we value that are most important in life. Deep. But yeah, that's part of what the journaling practice is for, is to really get to those deeper values, deeper questions, to make sure my actions personally are in alignment with my priorities, with my commitments, to realign where things get out of whack, to record actions, to be accountable, but also to celebrate successes and wins, and to plan next steps and regroup again and again, and to have fun. I hope you've had a wonderful November and are looking forward to a festive winter holiday season and into the new year. Speaking of which, I have received also my new, not yet opened, but soon to be opened notebooks for my annual book for 2025, and also my seasonal book for spring once that comes around. So anticipating getting to play with those in the near future. But until then, I'll be in these existing annual and seasonal books, and I'll see you back here really soon. Take good care.